Okay, so hi everyone. In this video, I'll be talking about the clavicle. I'll also be discussing some essential bony landmarks, muscle attachments, some side determination points, and I'll also tell you about the important ligaments of the clavicle, which you must know. So let's get started. Okay, so the clavicle is divided into two parts. So clavicle mainly consists of the medial two-thirds. This is the medial two-thirds, and this is the lateral one-third. The medial two-thirds possesses a rounded sternal facet, as you can see here. The sternal facet is rounded. The lateral one-third bears the acromial end, which is flattened. So that's how you'll distinguish between the medial two-thirds and the lateral one-third. The medial two-third has two borders: the anterior border. This is the anterior border, and this is the posterior border. The anterior border, as you can see, it is quite convex outwards, and the posterior border, it is concave inwards. The lateral one-third also bears two borders. This is the anterior border right here. This is the anterior border, and over here there is the posterior border. The anterior border, it is concave inwards, unlike that of the medial two-third, and the posterior border is convex outwards. Right, so this is the superior aspect of the clavicle, which is quite smooth. The inferior aspect, however, is rough, and it bears many ridges, many tubercles, a groove as well. So right on the lateral end, we'll start from the lateral and move on to the medial and discuss all of the grooves and all of the important bony landmarks. So on the lateral one-third, on the inferior aspect of the clavicle, we have this ridge. This ridge is called the trapezoid ridge, and over here we have a tubercle, which is a elevation on the bony surface. This is called the conar tubercle. Right on the shaft, somewhere in the middle of the clavicle, we have the subclavian groove, and on the medial end we have an oval impression right here. This is the oval impression, and this oval impression is also known as the impression for the attachment of costoclavicular ligament. Right, so let's discuss some muscle attachments next. Okay, so talking about the muscle attachments, we have the medial two-thirds. Starting from the medial two-thirds, okay, so from the medial two-third we have the anterior border. The anterior border bears the origin of the pectoralis major muscle. Okay, on the medial two-third, extending from the superior surface to the posterior border, we have the origin for the sternocleidomastoid, which is a muscle of the neck, and doesn't really participate in the upper limb. Okay, on the lateral one-third, we have on the anterior border we have the origin of the deltoid muscle, and on the posterior aspect we have the insertion for trapezius, which unfortunately isn't marked here. Okay, so we'll let it slide. Okay, so on the inferior aspect, we have the trapezoid ridge. The trapezoid ridge gives attachment to a ligament, to a band of a ligament. This is the trapezoid band, and this is the conoid band on the conar tubercle. These two bands, the trapezoid band and the conoid bands, they make up the coracoclavicular ligament, which is very important because this is the ligament through which the upper limb is hanging with the trunk. So it's really important. Okay, on the shaft we also have the subclavian groove. We have the insertion for the muscle known as subclavius. So on the subclavian groove we have subclavius muscle. That's really easy to remember. And on the margins of the subclavian groove, these are the margins of the subclavian groove. The margins of the subclavian groove also give attachment to the clavipectoral fascia. Right over here on the medial end we have oval impression, which gives attachment to the costoclavicular ligament between the clavicle and the first costal cartilage. On the medial end, on the posterior-inferior aspect of the medial end, we have the origin of sternohyoid muscle. Right. Then we have the quadrangular sternal facet, whose margins give attachment to the joint capsule of the sternoclavicular joint. And right over here we have the acromial end, which articulates with the acromion process of the scapula, and the margins of the acromial end, they give attachment to the joint capsule of the acromioclavicular joint. So that was all for clavicle. Now let's discuss some side determination points really quickly. So the clavicle, if you want to determine the side of the clavicle, so first of all you will be determining the superior and inferior surface. We need to distinguish those two surfaces. So as you all know, I have told you earlier, the superior surface is smooth and the inferior surface is rough. The superior surface is smooth because it does not contain any tubercles or any ridges. Okay, there are no ridges or any tubercles. And on the inferior speck there is a trapezoid ridge, the corner tubercle, the subclavian groove, the oval impression. So this makes the inferior surface quite rough to touch. So laterally, if you want to orientate the clavicle, so we know okay, the sternal end, which is facing medially, should be quadrangular, and the acromial end, which is facing laterally, it is flattened as compared to the sternal end, as you can see here. So that was all it for clavicle. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and yeah, see you next time.